This simple AI meeting automation will 100x your productivity. The second you finish any call with anybody, it will trigger this automation. And essentially what it will do is give you a full list of every single action that you should have done on that call, listed by individual and the date that it needs to be done. And if you want to as well, you could have a predefined checklist of things that you'd like people in your team to manage. And then you can get a RAG status on whether or not they said the things you wanted to do, whether it's like annual memberships or sales calls, all automatically for you off the back of a meeting. Essentially meaning that the only thing you ever need to do is just jump on a call, the meeting notes are captured automatically, and then you get that all sent over to an action spot. This one is a really simple, very straightforward automation. I can't wait to share it with you. So if you haven't already, grab that coffee and let's jump straight in. My name is Jack, my school community and my YouTube channel. We're all about three things. We're about the latest AI, we're about incredible automations, and most importantly guys, we are about the stuff that actually works. Now, this automation is going to be really straightforward. You'll know exactly how to do it because I'm going to show you how to do the whole thing step by step. So what we're going to use to kick this one off is you only really need two softwares. First of all, obviously you need make.com, which is our no-code automation builder. I'll put all the links down below so you can click the buttons. For the purposes of this, we're going to use a software called Fireflies AI, and essentially anytime we're on any meeting, Firefly is going to come in, jump in, it'll just join automatically for you based on whatever you're using, and it will record the entire node. So let me start by first showing you what Firefly looks like, okay? So if I go over to my meetings and we'll sign up together, I'll click on this fictitious example, okay? Every meeting you do with Firefly, you get a full transcript of what actually happened in that conversation itself. Now, once something's happened, this automation is going to be running every single day for 24 hours. So within less than a day, you will actually get all this information triggering. What it will also do is send an email to the participants, if you wish, about that meeting. Basically so everyone can keep track. So your productivity will go through the roof and everyone's going to be saying, hey man, how on earth are you so on top of everything? It's crazy. So look, I'll give you an example of the output, okay? So this one here, and bear in mind guys, once you get your meeting notes into a no-code automation tool like Make, the possibilities from it are endless. We can do things like analyze my performance in the call. You know, where did I drop the ball? Was I as engaging as I could have been? Did somebody engage too much or too little? Did I hit the right notes? Rank my sales performance. This could literally transform your organizations, and we can build all of these prompts, and we're building up the prompts in my community for how you could add in lots of different things. If you've got a request of one in particular you'd like to see, let me know down below. But the potential for this one, guys, is literally insane. It'll make you like a superhuman superpower, okay? Now look, it shows us who the participants of the call were. It tells us all the sentences that were said. It was, hey there everybody, so let's begin and talk about X. And we get all these sentences, okay? We then throw something called, what we call an iterator and a text aggregator. It sounds complicated, actually really straightforward. I'll just show you how to do that in a second. Then it goes through to R2, basically our systems here, as you can see, which is, this is effectively what this is going to do is take out and extract the meeting date, the meeting time, key actions, and then we have a checklist that I've identified about, did they mention annual membership? Did they do X? Did they do Y? And then we just add it to a Google document, or we could add it to Slack, or we could add it to Notion, whatever you want. So let me show you how you build this all step by step. It's a profoundly powerful, quite simple automation, and I'm gonna run through it very quickly with you. So look, we open a new scenario, we come over here. It's this big, beautiful button. Obviously, if you're part of the community, you can just import these by coming down to more, click import blueprint, and then choose the JSON file. You select the file that you want, click save, and then automatically the automations pop up. That's for every automation on my YouTube channel, also the ones that are not on my YouTube channel, they're in the school community. If you want to know where they are in the school community, FYI, if you're part of the group, the beautiful, wonderful group, it's on Classroom, every AI automation, and then you have the pick of whatever you want. Come down, basically scroll down, and all you ever do, guys, is you just download this and upload it. Quick aside, by the way, we've recently launched community automations in our group. So basically we get to leverage, there's a group picture, it was awesome meeting all the guys. Basically, it's everybody in the group creating incredible, amazing things. So you can check that stuff out, and obviously you can unlock loads of stuff like $1,600 with software, calls with me, and free lifetime membership. Lots of cool stuff. But for this one, guys, we're gonna build it together from scratch. So let me get rid of all that beautiful work. Now let's give it a name. Let's call this one 100x productivity. Because what are we, guys, without our formalities, okay? And of course, I think we need a little bit of an emoji. I think we go for a calendar. It's only befitting since we're talking about meetings. Cool, awesome. Okay, sweet. So the first thing you want to do is, basically, we need to head over now to Fireflies to create an account for you. So you're going to move to Fireflies AI. We click on the link like so. automate your meeting notes, sounds pretty cool. And then we'll just say, hey, well, we want to get started for free. So click this purple button here. We can continue with Google or Microsoft if we so wish. So we'll continue with Microsoft for argument's sake. And when we log in, guys, you see a screen kind of like this, and all of your meetings will pop up basically for you here in the middle. Now, all we do for this to integrate to Make is come over now to integrations on the left-hand side. And we're not going to type in Make. What we're going to type in here is Fireflies API. We click on that like so, and then what you'll see on the right hand side at the bottom is the API key. All I need to do is come down, copy that API key, and then head back over now to make.com. And just a little brief word on the pricing. Firefly, you can get started for free, 800 minutes of basically meeting storage, unlimited transcription, AI summaries, and then you can upgrade if you want to $18 a month on the monthly membership, and you can do things in annual. We're not sponsoring this video. I just think the software's cool, so I'm talking about it, and I want you to win, so I'll share the stuff that helps you win. And then we come back over now to our wonderful Make. We click on this big, beautiful gray button and just type in Fireflies, okay? And we just want it to list transcripts, okay? Now, there's a few ways I've seen people do automations with note-taking AIs, but oftentimes they can be a little bit dodgy. It's like we only really want new meetings to come through. Do you know what I mean? We don't want meetings from 5 weeks ago. Now, in Make, we can get one by an ID, or we can just list all of the meetings that have already happened. I say that to say that when you basically click on this, you'll have to add a connection. You just enter the API key, then you'll be connected, okay? We have the user ID. That will be the email for which you're actually using. Now, here's a little trick, okay? The way this automation is going to work effectively is this. We're going to specify, hey, this is going to go forth and bring back every conversation that you've had, but we only want the conversations that have happened, say for argument's sake, in the last 24 hours. So to do that, don't worry about the title, don't worry about the host email, click on the date, and all I want you to click on is now. That's it. So essentially what this will do is go back like 24 hours and grab all the meetings that have happened within that time frame, which means that if a meeting happened 2 days ago, it won't bring it back. And then we'll just set the automation to run every 24 hours. And guys, literally, that's all you need to do. So look, if I click OK on this, right, I right click, I run this module only, there should be only one output, and the output should be the fictitious MMA meeting that I had about 30 minutes ago. So look, MMA plan, all this sort of stuff, okay, duration 6 seconds. By contrast, if I come back on here, I get rid of now, I click OK, I run it, it will pull forward every meeting I've had so far using the software, and there should be 6 that I've used with this particular software. So we should see, you can see already it's taking longer because it's working harder, and there you go, all the different bundles, cool. So we don't want that, we just want the ones that run now. It's like so, we click that, and then every 15 minutes, you see this down here, guys, what I want you to do is every day, and pick the time, then click OK, and this will run in the background like magic for you guys, like absolute magic. Now, there is a small problem with this, isn't there? So look, can you see, like if I look at sentences, we've got all these things here called collections. It's like, hey there everybody, next sentence, let's begin to start talking about the action, next sentence, blah, 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 blah. And the other cool thing, guys, this will do is it will tell you who's speaking. And it'll say, hey, Jack said this, but Ben said this. So what we need to do here, okay, is get all of these collections and get it into one single output for something else. So to do that, we're going to use something called an iterator. Now, what is an iterator? I hear you asking me. We can see this little beautiful green thing here, okay? And all we do with it is select the array for sentences, okay? And then you can see as an output, what it does, it turns those arrays into bundles, okay? Sounds like, well, why do we need to do that? Well, you'll see why. And then we just have this text aggregator that takes those bundles and puts it then together into one basically simple long text string, which basically means that we can give just one text string to our language model of choice and it can analyze everything. That's just because the way that Fireflies basically set it up is they give it you loads of individual things. So what we need to do is get an iterator and essentially just get the array there. So let's go back over then to this part. Add in a iterator. Dun dun dun. Okay, cool, like so. Beautiful. Click on it and then I come over here so you can get a beautiful look. And what are we looking for? Just sentences like that. Cool, and then let's just run it once because hey, why not? Yeah, let's run it anyway. We don't mind if it transforms at the end. And if we see lots of bundles, we do. We see beautiful, beautiful bundles. And then we click on this here and just type in text, aggregator like that. Beautiful, beautiful. Source module is just going to be the iterator that we just chose. And the crucial bit is going to be the speaker name. Or just speaker and then text. Okay, so let's move over and add that in. Okay, so let's go to speaker. We open it up And then all we want to do here is from the iterator module is find the speaker, which is going to be right there. And then raw text at the bottom. Boom. Beautiful. And let's run this whole thing one more time from the top, which is good. We'll run it. I'll get a sip of coffee in the process. Beautiful. And does that look about right to me? All these inputs and a one output. We've got the speaker. It's Jack Roberts. And here's all the text that he had to say about it. Incredible. We love it. Thank you very much. So now what's the next thing that we want to do? Well, we want to add in Claude. Now, I'm just going to copy these for speed's sake, but let me show you how you do it. Let me bring these guys over here, like so. Whoops. Right. You would come here, you type in, well, basically Claude, or type in CLAUD, create a new prompt. Max tokens is going to be, basically put this at 4,000 for the time being. Now, I don't want you to use the 3.5 sonnet. In fact, no, they've added it in now. Excellent. You used to have to map that over because that wasn't in previously, but now we can just select it because they've updated it. Incredible. Now, let's have a look at what our prompt is, okay? So we'll connect these automatically, get rid of this guy, and I can show you. So first of all, rename this one to be actions. Max tokens 4,000. The role is user. The type is text. And then this is the prompt that I want you to give it. It's basically an action item extraction prompt. So basically, look, analyze the provided meeting transcript and extract the meeting name, date, and action items for each of the participants. Format the output as follows: the meeting name and date, the participant's name, their actions, described, and also if there's basically a deadline for the meeting, include that as well. So basically, I've asked it, like, give me this. I want to know what was the meeting, when did the meeting happen, what were my actions, and then what was anybody else's actions. So if I said, hey, Ben, could you just sort that out real quick? It will then say, look, Jack, you had this to do by this date. Ben had that to do by that date. So it's just like the key information that you need, right? So essentially, that's exactly what we're saying here. Notes: start with the meeting name or date, use a different emoji for each use, blah, blah, blah. List the actions for one person. And then, guys, a little prompting engineering hack is the most powerful, influential thing you can do with your prompts is show it what you want. Give it an actual full, stretched out example of the thing that you would like. So I've given an example format. Hey, there's Jack's actions, there's Sarah's actions. And then we need to add 3 things, okay? The first thing we need to do is add the meeting. So let me come over, like so, come down and show you. So for the meeting, what was the meeting called? So as we can see on this one, let me just come off here so you can get a good, beautiful look. The meeting was called MMA Plan. The date was the date at which it happened. So let's find that 14th of July at 3:25. And then the transcript is quite simply the text from the text aggregator. And then we click OK. Perfect. Then what do? We add a new Claude, Anthropic Claude, create a prompt. Come over here. I'm just going to do this with you step by step, just so that you know, because it's good to follow button clicks. So right click, rename, enter in checklist. Come in like so. You'll see this: max tokens, 4,000. Incredible. Message. Role is going to be user. Content. Type is going to be text. And then we'll just give it the prompt that we need. So let's check out the prompt. Let me just delete this and bring it over. So the prompt is a sales call analysis bot. So for this one, guys, what I basically wanted to do is I gave it like essentially 10 things. Like, so this is just to show you the power of this automation. So say, for example, your team are running it and you say, look, you have high standards, you want to drive sales, you want to drive good customer experience. What I'd recommend you do is get a pen and paper or a whiteboard and sit down like, look, if every call we had in our organization, these 10 things happened in this call for this particular thing, we would win. Write them down and be really specific about it so that you'll know that if your team are having calls with this automation, which you can now access and use because I'm showing you exactly how to do it, you can then get a RAG status. And well, look, James had a call with so-and-so. He had 8 things that were green, 1 thing that was amber, and 1 thing that was red. James, let's work on that red because I'm seeing it on every call now. And you can work, and it just enables you to systematize your process. You can sell this, by the way, to businesses. Like, this is crazy. This is the kind of thing that people think is very difficult to do. But with this automation, the strategy, it's crazy. You can't get it through Firefly in the CRM. So you're almost the glue that connects like this cool automation to whatever the client's using. Maybe they've got Slack. Maybe the CEO wants a report every day of the 1,000 calls that happened today, how many were red, amber, green against the 9 and 10 requirements. Guys, it's absolutely massive. I'm sure you can see the potential because if you're watching this from the video, you are a rock star, you're killing it. I'm preaching to the convert essentially. So let me give you a flavor of this prompt. Obviously these prompts are in the school. You are an AI assistant designed to analyze sales calls transcripts and assess the performance of the salesperson. Your task is to evaluate the transcript. Oh my goodness. So much evaluation, even kicked us off there. It's to evaluate the transcript against the performance, okay? For the best practice for sales calls. For each item on the checklist, determine whether the salesperson successfully completed the action and provide a brief explanation of your assessment and a checklist. And I said, basically, I want to use green for yes, red for no, orange for sort of. You can get as exotic or as creative as you like. This is just an example to show you what's possible. I always want to do these videos for things that add value and make sense, otherwise we won't do it. But this is to open your mind to the kinds of things you can do now, that you just show up, you rock up, you have the call, everything happens in the back. Guys, it's literally that straightforward. Introduce yourself, yes or no. Did they build rapport? Did they ask open-ended questions? Did they listen? Did they, and tie this around your specific KPIs? Like, did they mention the Holiday Blue Tuesday Cafe Coffee Bonanza opportunity? No. Did they say the word, we appreciate you, or welcome, or whatever it is? Like, you can literally be so specific with this. Offer an annual membership, ask for a commitment, summarize, blah, blah, blah. Then we have the instructions. Carefully read the transcript, evaluate their performance for each item provided in the merge checklist. You must output 10 things. And I just gave it, like I just told you, an example. Like, number 1, introduce yourself and your company. Tom clearly introduced himself at Tech Solutions Inc. Within the first 30 seconds of the call, he said, hey, it's Tom from Tech Solutions, how are you doing? And just give it examples of the output that you want. We can finesse that. We can give you some more support if you want to. If you want a device snap, just let me know and I can help you with the prompting. And then I've asked it to give recommendations for improvement. So team managers, I used to manage a contact center in British Gas, and it was a really cool job. I loved working with the people. One of the most time-consuming things was sitting there, going through the calls and hearing the same calls again and again. Software like this, guys, would have been like you could legitimately make business 6 or 7 figures, especially the contact center sizes that I worked in. Like, this is genuinely revolutionary. And it used to be only available for the large SaaS companies. It's in your hands now. You can, anyone with a laptop and enough coffees can take over the game here. Recommendations for improvement. And important, base your analysis solely on the content of the transcript provided. Do not make assumptions about information not present in the transcript. And what do we do, guys? Well, we need to give it a transcript, right? So let's do that. So where is the transcript? It's simply the tools from the text aggregator. I click on that. Then I click OK. All right, now we align it. Let's save the automation. And then let's add it now. Now this is a bit where you can go wherever you want. It could go into your Notion. It could go into your Slack. It could go into Google Docs. It could even go to a text message. You pretty much pick whatever you want. Remember, the triggers and the outputs can be very configurable. You'll learn different ones. You can do whatever you want. For simplicity's sake, I'm just going to add it to our Google Drive for our Google Docs. So I come here. I just type in Google Doc. Click here. So I'm just going to say, hey, like, I want you to insert a paragraph to a document, like so. It's found the connection. If not, it'll open up and you can sign in and whatnot. You pick the document ID like so. I'm going to go for, I believe mine's called Action List. Incredible. And then append the text. I don't need to add 2 things. The first one is the text response from the actions. And the second one is the text response from the checklist. Then we click OK. Then we align. Then we save. I come back over to this. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. My goodness, this is beautiful. I love it. I love it when a plan comes together. We get rid of that. We come back over now. And guys, what we're going to do, we're going to run the whole automation. So if this works effectively, you've had your call with Jimmy Magoo Limited, you had a great time, you've smashed it, and you want to see how your performance was, and you want to know what your actions are. Let's go, run once. Now the call I did here, by the way, was an MMA call. I was like improvising, man. I was like, get this done, get that done, blah, blah, blah. And then look, Fireflies have grabbed the transcript. We've iterated it, we've put it through a text aggregator, meaning we've got one very long text stream input to analyze. We've created the actions, we've created the checklist performance, and now we've added it to the Google Doc. So I come over now, we should see something like an action list and a performance review. And would you believe it? We do. Meeting, MMA plan, the date, July the 14th. Jack Roberts' actions, create a social media strategy by 21st of July. Consider how many people need to run the gym. Work with previous students. Ben's actions. I basically, in the call, I was like, Ben, could you just check with the local council about blah, blah, blah? Like, how easily is that missed? But not anymore. Not with this automation, because you can kill it now. I've then done a sales analysis. Jack did not introduce the company. Jack did not build rapport. I think I might be failing my performance for you here, to be honest with you. I didn't ask open-ended questions. Mainly it was just like me going, hey guys, could we just like get that done, please? And so obviously I'm going to absolutely fail it. Did we mention it? No. Did I share a brief success story? No. Did I offer an annual membership? No. Did I mention deadlines? I did. Okay, I got 2 greens. Good, two greens is starting place, right? We can only go up from here. And then it gives you an overall summary, and it basically told me, like, look, this is more of a team meeting or briefing than a sales call. Jack focuses on presenting a strategy for growing an MMA gym. We love our MMA gyms. Come on, let's go. And outlining specific items and actionable blah, blah, blah. Recommendation improvement. If this is intended to be a solo call, Jack should probably start by introducing himself and his company. I should mention, guys, you can add like things like coaching steps. We can upload things like your company documentation, your sales guidelines, and essentially get, like, if you want to, a new document per call. Or you could get that to go here. And then what we could do is have like a feedback bot that would essentially take that summary and add it to a specific employees. So what we could do literally is say, for example, here, I would duplicate these. Now check this out, right? I'll show you this very quick. I didn't even intend to show you this, guys. This is how on the cuff I am right now. Dude, you give me 2 coffees, man, I'll tell you anything's possible. It's ridiculous. Now look, check this out. Say this is the paragraph, but look, right? What we could do is add, like, let's say you've got 10 people taking calls. This could be Jack's calls. This could be Ben's calls. So look, if I right click on this, I click on set up a filter, I could say Ben, right? And what I would do is condition. Let me come over here so you can get a good look at this. Right, check this out. This is really crazy. Look, Ben, and we'll give Ben an emoji because it's good to have like a visual distinctive. Ben is going to be a thunder. The condition is that if I come down to the Firefly here, whose meeting was it? So it was Jack Roberts' meeting, my meeting, so my name's there, but it would be Ben. So I'd say, hey, if condition, okay, contains case insensitive Ben, like so, then it will just go to the Ben document. And so what we actually have is a performance review plan for every single member of the team. And then based on who had the call, they get the analysis part says, look, Ben, we read for your call. This is what we think. It goes down. Guys, this is literally such a powerful automation in such a short video. But guys, I really hope you enjoyed it. I love hanging out with you, man. Let me know if you've got any requests for automations down below. In any case, have a wonderful weekend, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.